All right, I have with me today Sarah Warrenco. She is the Assistant Director of Admissions at St. Mary's. St. Mary's College or University?
Yes,
I'm
St.
sorry.
Mary's College.
St. Mary's College. And tell us a little bit about St. Mary's, where it is, and just why any student would want to attend there.
Yeah, thanks for having me today, Brian. St. Mary's, for those who are not familiar, is located in Notre Dame, Indiana. We are just a few miles north of South Bend. If you're not familiar, it's a straight line north from Indianapolis. So when you get on 31, you make one left turn after about 100 something miles. So it's a pretty easy drive, not too close, not too far from home for most students in your area. It's a really happy distance where you can really come home whenever you want, see your family, be home for holidays, but you are far enough away that you do get that independent experience. So we are right on that Michigan-Indiana border. It's just about as north as you can get in the state of Indiana. We do have about 15 to 1,600 students on our campus right now, so we are classified as a relatively small college. But the cool thing is our students are very diverse. They're coming from 40 different states and territories, 12 different countries. So for being a smaller school of our size, we are really proud of how far our students are coming from and how far the reach is that we have. There are a few things in my totally biased opinion, because I work here, that do make St. Mary's unique that I like to share. And the first one is that we're part of a really awesome tri-campus community. We are located literally right across the street from the University of Notre Dame and right next door to Holy Cross College. They're all within walking distance of each other. So with those three campuses so close, you truly get three for the price of one in many ways. We do have over 500 joined clubs and organizations with Notre Dame. We have joined academic opportunities for our students, no matter what your major is. We do have joined student sections for all sporting events. So it very much is an ingrained tri-campus community in many ways. We are also an all-women's college, for anyone that did not know, but with Notre Dame right across the street, students do have access to a completely normal co-ed college experience if that's important to them. But the all-women aspect has tons of benefits, and you do get that smaller, tight-knit all-girls college experience on our campus. So you get to try out the bigger school environment, but you really don't have the pressure to live in it if you decide that you don't love it and you really like that smaller feel. As I said, there are lots of benefits for attending a women's college, but a few of my favorites, just for the sake of time, are that it has been shown that women who attend all-female colleges are more likely to be CEOs. They're also more likely to hold higher leadership positions, higher confidence levels. They're more likely to pursue a graduate degree, more likely to feel prepared for their jobs. I could go on, but ultimately our goal is to really give every student a space where she's empowered and given the opportunity to grow into the leader that we know every single one of our students is capable of being. And then finally, what makes us unique or special is that we really are academically focused. Our students do have independent and hands-on research opportunities starting their first year at St. Mary's. We do have a discussion-based curriculum. We really want our students to be strong public speakers. And we really do truly focus on developing our students holistically. So that's mind, body, spirit, if that's important to them. The religious component of the college really is voluntary, and up to our students to pursue as much or as little as they would like. But our goal is, of course, to prepare our students for a successful career, financial success, all of that. But we also just want them to be successful humans. So we really do our best to give them the skills they need to tackle whatever life throws at them.
Yeah, and it's probably like, just a better campus environment in general, just because you don't have guys around there doing stupid stuff and making bad choices that throws everyone off. So
Hey, you said it, not me, but I
Right.
do always say to the ladies after 1 week in a class without boys, it is nothing against the boys, but you really don't miss them in the classroom at all. And then they are right there outside the classroom, of course.
Yeah, you said that, and I can agree with you on that. So, all right. So, what do you look for, besides being female, in potential students?
Yeah, so we look for students that are engaged in their learning, that have an eagerness to grow, to learn, and ultimately to transform the world they're living in. We have very active-minded students. Criteria-wise, we do like to see students that have A's and B's in high school. It is not an easy curriculum that we have at St. Mary's. It's definitely rigorous, so we want to make sure our students are prepared. We do like to see honors, AP, IB, dual enrollment, whatever each school offers. At some point throughout high school as well, we like to see that they're taking on those challenges in the classroom and successfully completing them. We do like to see strong writers, of course, and of course, a complete application. So we do notice those things like grammar errors. And I know it's really cool to text in all lowercase nowadays, but we do notice when things are, lowercase, it should be uppercase on an application. So we like to see that a student has taken their time to really complete that. But my favorite words to describe our students are always engaged, empowered, welcoming, and supportive. And any student that would use any of those words to describe themselves or would like to use those words to describe themselves are going to be a good fit for St. Mary's. And also, we're a great fit for students that are interested in that big school environment, but really thrive in that smaller school class setting.
Gotcha. And then as far as like admissions requirements, what are some of the requirements to get into St. Mary's?
Yeah, so as I mentioned in my previous answer, we love to see A's and B's, honors, AP, IB, dual enrollment, etc. But we do, of course, require an application. It is a free application that can be found on the Common App or on our website. It opens, of course, August 1st of your senior year. So if you have any juniors or younger tuning in, they got to wait a little bit. But we do require that application. We do need to see an official transcript with grades up through the end of your junior year. We will see final transcripts when students enroll. So I do tell them, keep up the good work your senior year. You're not off the hook yet, but we do need grades through junior year to make an admission decision. We do require a letter of recommendation from a counselor. Students can send extra ones if they want, but most students just send one, maybe two, but that is an option if they want more. We are essay optional. You do not have to write a Common App essay or an essay for our application specifically, but we do require a short answer supplemental question. I think the word cap is around 200 words, so it's really a few sentences, maybe a paragraph, just to have a personal touch and get to know you. And then we are test optional, so students do not have to submit SAT or ACT scores, but they're more than welcome to. Similar to the essay, if you have a test score or a piece of writing that you're confident about, please feel free to submit them. It will only enhance your application, but you don't have that pressure or you don't need to feel like you have to.
Okay. And then as far as like the colleges that you have, or the majors, I guess, what are some of the majors that you offer, some that, maybe you think stand out? And then are there any separate requirements to get accepted into any of those majors?
Yeah, so we have over 60 different academic programs at St. Mary's. So that's majors, minors, concentrations, and everything in between. So there really is a little bit of everything for every student. So I'm going to give our top four if I had to choose, but I always remind students you do not have to major in these four things because I do have this material here. This is our list of programs that we offer. So have an open mind, of course, but our top four in any given year are usually nursing, biology, business, and education. If I had to venture a guess, the pre-med track is very popular with our students, and that usually goes hand in hand with biology. So that's also a popular track, but we do have over 60. So we also give our students the opportunity to create their own program out of courses that we already offer. So really there are very few things that we cannot offer our students. And usually they're really specified, like specific programs like cosmetology or culinary. We just can't offer those. But outside of that, we do really have a lot of flexibility for our students. We have a couple special programs that I wanted to mention because some of them are newer or might have changed over the last couple of years. We do have a direct admit option for nursing. So students, in order to qualify for direct admit, must list nursing as their first choice major on their application. They have to have a 3.8 cumulative GPA throughout high school, and they have to have taken biology, chemistry, and pre-calculus in high school with a B average in those courses. So it is some pretty rigorous requirements and criteria for that program. We do have a not direct admit program for students as well. So if you do not meet that criteria or are missing something, you can still try out our nursing program and get into the program. You just have to do a secondary review in your sophomore year. So the direct admit route is for students that meet that criteria. And then we do have another route for students that don't. We do have an accounting 4+1 as well that students have to indicate interest in pretty early. You have to have a 3.3 cumulative GPA in high school and then have an indicated interest in accounting on your application. And then finally, we have a speech language pathology 4+1. It's a very popular program. We actually have a working speech language pathology clinic on our campus that takes patients from our local South Bend area, both adults and children, for our students to work with. So we have that 4+1 that does require an indicated interest in speech language pathology on your application. If you're not interested in the 4+1, but want to do SLP, you do have to have a master's to get entry-level positions as a speech-language pathologist, and we do have a 2-year master's program that many of our students choose to add in that extra year just to have flexibility, but we have those 2 routes for students that are available.
Okay. So yeah, just some extra options there. And just, it's good to know though, that even if they don't get direct admit like into the nursing program, that they can still, it doesn't mean that they're out of it. So
Yes.
it's still the option.
Yes. So as of right now, it can definitely change over the years. I always say that, but we have never had to turn away a qualified candidate from our nursing program, as long as they are passing their classes and keeping themselves on track and meeting all the courses that they should be taking. We have never had to turn away a qualified candidate. It can change, but we're very fortunate to be in that position being a smaller school.
Yeah. And we need more nurses. That's for sure.
Yes. Yes. And it's a nationally recognized program. So it's definitely something we're very well known for. We have many other things that we offer, but we are very well known for nursing.
Good. Yeah. All right. So the cost. This big thing with college now is the cost. And through all the interviews, I've been hearing, here's the sticker price, and here's why you won't pay that price. So tell me the sticker price, and then tell me why I won't pay that price.
That's perfect. That's exactly what I do every time. So here's our sticker price. It is about $63,000 a year. So tuition and fees are about $50,000, just a little bit below, and then room and board is about $13,500 this year. None of our students pay that. Being a private college, we are fully aware that, at least on paper, we are not the most affordable school in the entire country. We're not the most affordable school in the entire state of Indiana, but we are very, very.
You might be the most affordable school in South Bend.
That might be true. Maybe we actually have a lot of colleges up here in this area, so maybe. But at least on paper, with that sticker price, I know that it can be a scary number. Just saying it out loud makes my heart rate increase. I hate saying it out loud, but we are very generous with our merit scholarships, and we really do our best to make St. Mary's as affordable as we can for as many students as we can, and to bridge that gap and make us a little bit more comparable to maybe some of the larger or state universities that students might be looking at. So with 100% of our students receiving aid, the bare minimum that they get each year is a merit scholarship. And we do all the work on our end to award it. It's completely based on merit. So grades, GPA, a class rank for the schools that rank, test scores if we have them. And that scholarship ranges from $22,000 to $35,000. So that is already a third to a half or more of your sticker price taken off from the beginning. And you are notified of it in your acceptance letter. So it's like a double yay. Yay, I'm in, but yay, here's a bunch of money as well. So from the beginning, we really try our best to knock off a pretty significant portion of that sticker price. Of course, we take the FAFSA. It did open October 1st. I can't believe it's already October, but that is how students will qualify for need-based aid. And I do encourage every family, even the most confident families, to submit a FAFSA, because you never know what you're going to qualify for. It doesn't take a ton of time to fill it out. So make sure you do that, because that's how you get grants, work study, loans, all of those need-based aid. We do also take outside scholarships from students. There are hundreds of thousands of ways to get money for college out there, and I know it can be daunting, but I do always encourage students, especially early in senior year or in their junior year, to really start familiarizing themselves with those opportunities. Because I've had students that worked for Chick-fil-A and got up to $10,000 a year for college. I've had students that worked for Chipotle and for Walmart, Taco Bell. I personally got a scholarship from my bank all 4 years that I was in college. It was the easiest transaction of my life. I sent them my transcript. They made sure I had a certain GPA, and they sent me money. So there really are scholarships out there for everything, and we do take anything students find. The final thing I want to touch on, since we are in Indiana, is 21st Century Scholars. As a private college, we are usually only able to give a set amount of aid from that foundation. Each year, it's usually $8,000 to $9,000. But St. Mary's is in a very unique and very fortunate position where we are actually able to offer and guarantee 100% tuition and fee coverage for every single 21st Century Scholar who applies to St. Mary's. So you will get your merit scholarship, that $22,000 to $35,000. You will get your $8,000 to $9,000 from 21st Century Scholars, and then the rest is covered by a St. Mary's grant, which we are very fortunate and very excited to be able to offer. So you will have an extra fee for room and board, but a lot of the times need-based aid can cover at least a portion of that. If you're Pell eligible, especially, it will cover a pretty good portion of that. And then it gives you the opportunity to kind of do a cost benefit analysis between the schools that you're looking at.
Okay. So yeah, there's plenty of ways that I'm paying this, not this.
Yes.
All right. Last one. Gonna get you out of here on this. Go back to when you were going through this process, when you were a sophomore, junior, senior in high school. What is something that you wish you had known about the process that you know now that you're a vet of the college admissions process? What's something you wish you knew?
Yeah, my mom, I was the fourth in my family to go to the college I went to. So I think that I just was strung along, because we thought that we knew everything about the process. But my mom did teach me a pretty valuable lesson in the college search. But she also, through teaching me that, kind of limited the scope of schools that I was looking at. And I know she didn't mean to, but what she taught me was to never really get my heart set on a college until you get your financial aid package back, which I do agree with. You should always have an open mind and, be excited about schools, but also you want to make sure that you're making the right financial decision for yourself. But in that process, I never saw the value in visiting colleges because I actually wasn't allowed. When I was in high school, I wasn't allowed to visit until until we got a financial aid package back. And looking back, and the advice I give to every student I meet with is visit schools. Whether it's a school you're interested in or not, visiting colleges is such a valuable experience because it really teaches you what you're looking for and what you're not looking for. If you are near a school, especially in the Indianapolis, I worked with students from Detroit. I worked with students from Nashville, especially when you're near-ish to a bigger city, you have access to schools of all different sizes. So I do recommend visiting a small school, visit a medium-sized school, and visit a massive school, because then whether you're interested in the school by name or not, you can at least get a feel for if that environment is the right fit for you. So I definitely do see the value in visiting colleges. Many colleges out there, and I do consider St. Mary's to be one of them, we are a visiting school. You really need to come to St. Mary's and just see the unique environment that we offer our students, because it's a really special campus. And I did not attend St. Mary's for college, but the second I came onto campus for just my job interview, it stuck with me, and it's really hard to leave. So visiting colleges is really valuable because you actually get to see yourself there. So I do encourage you to have an open mind and definitely visit all different sizes, because you never know what you're looking for. And then just be patient. Don't stress too much about the process. Remember to breathe and enjoy high school, because things will all work out the way that they're supposed to. I see a lot of stress, especially fall of senior year. Just remember to breathe. That's my other important piece of advice. Go to your football games, go to your homecoming, do all of that stuff, because college, it'll all work out.
It's funny. So that I was going to say the tour part is probably, when I'm doing all these, is what I've heard the most is take tours, make sure you visit. But I just talked to someone yesterday when I asked them this question, that they said the exact same thing you said on the last one, is I wish someone would have just sat me down, looked me in the eyes and said, hey, it'll all be okay. You'll get it figured out. So that's interesting that you said that as well.
Yeah, no, I try to tell that to every single senior that I meet with, because I agree. Nobody ever really said that to me. There was a lot of pressure, to apply to as many schools as you can, apply to them by this day, make your decision by now. It'll all work out.
Okay. Yeah, that's great. Great advice. Yeah. Anyone going through this process, it is a daunting process when you're 17 or 18 years old to go through so big of a decision that you've done. So. All right. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to do this today and meet with me. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, it was wonderful. I'm always happy to talk about St. Mary's. So if you have any students that are interested, just feel free to reach out. We'd love to see them on campus. We have some awesome visits and awesome opportunities to come to campus, and I'd love to talk to them more.
Awesome. Sounds good. So once again, Sarah Warrenco, Assistant Director of Admissions at St. Mary's College.